lumberjack Mac and his little friend Moosie, eating flapjacks and riding the caboosey. No mountain too high, no valley too wide. When you're with your best friend, you have a real good time.
Hey kids, Lumberjack Mac here. How you doing? Welcome back. Hope you guys are having fun with the tree. Last week you guys looked awesome dressed up as a tree. This week you guys are killing it in your pajamas. Good job. Anyways, I've been thinking about those trees in your room. I miss how they were before with the beautiful lights and the creation ornaments. They were so cool. I wonder if we're going to be able to get them back to how they originally were, the way God designed them. What do you guys think? Oh, I see a van coming over the hill. Who's that? I wonder if someone ordered pizza.
Package for Lumberjack Mac.
How rude! What kind of customer service is this? Anyways, let me check this out. Huh. It looks like it's a package from Moosie to me, Lumberjack Mac. Let me check this out. Ugh. Oh man, there's a note inside. What? Who can even read this? It's got a flashlight and a red bag and a drop of water and a notebook and a drop of water. Safety pin, flashlight, and hammer? What does that even mean? I mean, come on. Oh, who is that? Oh, it's my friend.
Hey Lumberjack Mac, what are you up to?
Hey, Rowan the Kid Genius. Well, kind of a lot right now. I've been looking all over for my best friend Moosie. I don't know where he went. And then the trees are all messed up in the kids' rooms. They got sin on them now and the lights are out. And I got this package from Moosie that came in the mail, but it's got this weird letter and I don't know how to read it.
Well, actually, that's why I called. You see, I ran into Macy and she asked me if I could try and help solve the tree problem. She didn't tell me much because she was headed to find someone who could fix the tree for good and make it perfect again. But she made sure I call you so we could get started while she looks for help.
Yeah, that sounds great. Where should we start?
Why don't we start with what's right in front of you? What's in that package you got there?
Well, all I saw was this note with some weird objects on it, and I don't know how to read it.
Usually if there's a note like that, there's some kind of decoder device nearby. Are you sure that was all that was in the box?
Well, let me see here. Rowan, you're right. Taped to the bottom was this decoder wheel. Do you think this wheel has something to do with the Christmas trees?
I'm not sure. Tell me about the trees.
Well, our friends have been learning all about God's creation and all that He made. And they decorated their trees with lights and creation ornaments, and it was so beautiful. But then, in the story, sin entered the picture when Adam and Eve messed up. And we hung sin ornaments on the trees, and the lights were out to represent sin and us being separated from God. How sad.
Mac, it sounds like we're going to need someone powerful enough to get rid of those sins for us and bring back the light. What happens next in the story?
In the Old Testament, God sent some messengers to His people called prophets, who tried to help God's people live right and do what God wanted them to do. They kept sending God's people the messages about how much God loved His people and wanted to rescue them. These prophets were like a glimmer of hope for all God's people and all that they needed in their time of darkness. But God's people really weren't listening, and they kept living how they wanted to. How sad. Eventually, God stopped talking because He was preparing for His next big move. It was 400 years of silence. Can you believe that? God didn't say a single word or speak to His people for 400 years. Oh boy. My best friend Moosie has only been gone a couple of days, and I can hardly stand it. I can't imagine going 400 years. Man, how they must have felt. Let me set this down.
Wow, Mac, you're right. That sounds really hard. You know, those prophets and the message they were sending was such a big deal. I know that in times when I'm down, the words of a friend can really help to cheer me up. You know, bring some light to my day. Mac, I've got this feeling that everything's gonna work out for you, Moosie, and our friends, and their trees. Why don't I go and find Macy and our special helper so we can get these trees back to how they should be? In the meantime, why don't you work on decoding that message you got in the package from Moosie?
Okay, that sounds like a great plan. Hey, Rowan, the kid genius, thanks for all your help and for encouraging me today. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Bye.
Bye, Lumberjack Mac.
Wow, I really do have some great friends. Hey kids, I've got an idea. Why don't you pause the video? Your teachers are going to come up and you guys are going to read the names of the prophets from the Old Testament. I want to see if you guys can say those crazy names. Anyways, and there's some lights on your tree that are colored lights. And why don't you guys plug those in and we'll see how your tree looks then. Maybe it's better. We'll see. I'll see you real soon.
A few moments later.
Hey friends, thanks for unpausing me. Pausing is totally weird. Anyways, now let's take a look at those trees. Oh, I see that you got the prophets' names on there. Who was able to say the prophets' names? Aren't those weird? And then you got your ornaments on there, you got your lights on there, and it's looking okay, I guess. I guess those prophet ornaments are kind of covering up the sin ornaments, but it just looks kind of crowded, and it doesn't look like it did before. How many of you guys miss the tree like it used to be? I miss the tree. I miss my friend Moosie. Are we even going to be able to have a Christmas? I don't know. Well, friends, I've got to run. I want to try to work on this puzzle and figure out exactly what's going on. Hey, in the meantime, will you come back next week so we can finish this story and hopefully find my best friend Moosie? You will? Oh, awesome. Hey, in the meantime, thumb wrestle a fox for me. And remember, a frozen pole makes a terrible popsicle.